Now we are talking about the real number systems. This real number system consists of five types of number system: the rational number, irrational numbers, integers, whole numbers, and natural numbers. Now we can define all these numbers separately. The natural numbers are those which are starting from 1 to infinity, and the whole numbers are those in addition with the natural number a 0 is added, then this become whole numbers. And if we also add the negative number of these whole numbers, then this set of number becomes 0 plus minus 1 plus minus 2 and so on up to infinity. We can call this number as integer, set of integers. Now the rational number systems. The rational numbers are those which can be expressed in the form of p over q, means in the form of some fractions, and whereas q must not be equal to 0. These fractions may have two types: terminating fraction and recurring fractions. The terminating fractions are those which are terminated after some time. For example, the example of these fractions is if we have 4 by 5, then we get 0.8. This fraction is called the terminating fractions. And if we take a fraction 2 by 3, then we get 0.666 and so on up. This fraction is called the recurring fractions because some numbers are reoccur. So this fraction is called recurring fractions. There are many other examples, but for simplicity I have taken only two examples. You can take any other examples of the numbers, but these two fractions, terminating and recurring fractions, are included in the rational numbers. These are called rational numbers. And in the case of irrational numbers are those which cannot be written in the form of p over q or in the form of some fractions. They are not written in the form of fractions. If any fraction is not terminating and also not recurring, then we can call these as irrational numbers. The real numbers are consist of irrational, rational, integers, whole numbers, natural numbers. Also, another property of real number is that the square of all the real numbers must be a positive value. That is, the square of plus 3 and minus 3 is give a same value equal 9. Bas. Representation of the real number can be represented graphically on a straight line. The set of real numbers can be assumed associated with points on a horizontal line. We select a point O on the line as a origin and let it correspond to the real number 0. By adopting a convenient scale of measurement, we represent all positive real numbers to the right of 0 and the negative real number to the left of 0. The every real number to every real number there will be correspond a point on the line, and conversely every point on the line will correspond to a real number. Then thus this there is one-to-one correspondence between the set of real numbers and the points on the horizontal line. We can thus identify every real number by a point of the line. If ABC belongs to R, by a point of the line. If ABC belongs, then the inequality A is A क्यों लिखा है? Okay. A B belongs to R, then inequality A less than B may be interpreted as A is to the left of B. Stop. So now these numbers are represented on a straight line. The 0, which is the origin of this line, represents the real number 0, and 1, 2, the positive number are all situated on the right side of this of the 0, and the negative number are situated on the left side of the 0. Here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, so on up to infinity means 2 is greater than 1 and 3 is greater than 2, 4 is greater than 3. Similarly, the negative numbers are less than -2 is less than -1 and -3 is less than -2. बस